Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into our second Hangout on Air, What I Wish I Knew Before I Said I Do. And I'm Donna Kim. I'm the social media manager here at Brides Magazine.
Yes, she is.
And I am joined with Dana Wood, our beauty director. And we are so excited because this segment is going to be all about bridal beauty with no other than Miss Mally Roncal from Mally Beauty. Hi.
Hey, hi guys. How are you? You guys look gorgeous.
Thank you. I went through 3 pink wardrobe changes this morning before I settled on this.
I gotta tell you, you're giving me very Marilyn Monroe, a little Norma Jean.
I agree.
Yes. You're giving me Norma Jean, the blonde with a little gingham and tied up to your boobies.
Oh yes, let's do that.
And you're wearing short shorts, aren't you?
And I added a little bling because I know you like that, Mally.
Yes, Donna, you know. You're giving me some sparkle. That's what we like. That's what we like.
Let's get started.
Beautiful.
Dina has her first question ready for you.
Mally, what do you consider to be the biggest beauty do's and don'ts for brides?
Yes. Okay. Well, I could talk about this for hours. I'm trying to hide all the shit in the back of the room. Can you see? Just everybody who's watching, just please know we're remodeling the office. That's why it looks like a warehouse in here, and I'm sorry. So I don't have to sit uncomfortably, but I'm going to sit like this. There we go. So, I know, really, I'm completely comfortable right now. So the biggest do's and don'ts. Well, number one do, obvi, okay, is be yourself. Look like yourself. Just because it's your wedding and it's your big day, don't be going crazy and doing lots of things that you don't normally do, because you will ultimately end up regretting it. I mean, I get wanting to look like a princess, wanting to look like a movie star, and you will, because you do every day anyway, okay? But do not go crazy and say, oh, this is going to be the day that I try a smoky eye, when you never wear a smoky eye.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The biggest mistake. On the other hand, the other don't is don't be so afraid that you're going to look overdone that you don't wear any makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are going to be wearing a pretty white dress or ivory or something. You know, like you're going to be wearing a pretty dress, and perhaps you're going to be wearing a veil, and most likely your hair is going to be done. So don't underdo because you're so afraid to not look like yourself. You have to find that happy medium and really, really embrace something that is just what you normally look like, but just kind of amplified a little bit. That is the best way I see, I think a bride do is. Yeah.
Mally, what do you think about false lashes for your wedding day? And
Oh, well.
Yay or nay?
Come on. You're talking to a drag queen.
Right. Right.
Yes. But that said, in the same vein of what we just talked about, listen, I believe that especially in this day and age when it comes to lash extensions, false lashes, all of the above, they have become so natural looking, so undetectable. Like used to be that, you know, you would go to a CVS and the lashes they had there, and they still have there, but the lashes there were like, you know, like Mr. Snuffleupagus, like these giant, you know, caterpillars sitting on your eyelids, so heavy, and you know the drill.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's great individuals, there's great options for lots of different tricks. Like for example, if you do get one of those big fat strips that are really long, that are super long on the end but shorter on the inside, your makeup artist or you can cut them in half and use the inner part for the outer part of your eye just to get that lift. So definitely I think eyelashes are a perfect way to look fresh, to look, you know, very flirty, very girly, and they don't have to be overdone. Did you wear eyelash? Oh wait, your wedding you didn't wear eyelash.
No, I definitely did wear false eyelashes. I didn't get extensions, but I actually think people have become a little bit too crazy with the false lashes. And like, I was watching a makeover show last week, I think it was, and each one of the, they were like this. I mean, they were just like so distracting and just too much. So I think the pendulum is swinging too far in the other direction now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It's got to be a happy medium.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what the point is. You have to try and see what works for you. That said, too, I'm not saying anything bad about lash extensions, but those two are getting a little wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will sometimes see one of my girlfriends, and because it's such a great thing, as usual, as women, we abuse it all the way to the end. We're like, oh, the lash extensions look so good. Give me 500 of them. And then you're like, you end up looking cray-cray. So it is about, remember, ultimately, when you are a bride, right, you are supposed to be, you know, innocent and beautiful and fresh and all that kind of stuff. So don't go too crazy. Unless, of course, you're having, like, a theme wedding, perhaps. Like when you're supposed to. Right. Whatever, you know, that's a different conversation. But yes, I think they are good when done in moderation.
I think also you can have eyelash extensions done just like half a set.
Yeah.
And just try that and then go back and maybe try a full set if you're comfortable with them.
Yes, and be careful with lash extensions. I have personally never done it myself. The only lash enhancement I've ever tried was I got my eyelashes permed. Have you ever done that?
No. That sounds so that sounds so scary.
You both went, oh, no.
I've done the tinting and I wear lashes all the time, but
yeah. Well, us Asian girls, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did a lash. I can't remember who did it. It was a model friend of mine who was Filipino also. She walked in one day and she looked like, well, to be honest, she kind of looked like this.
Yeah.
She looked like really surprised. But I was like, wow, your lashes are so curled, because we tend to have, you know, Asian girls have very straight down pointing lashes, so you're just curling. So yes, you actually do lay on a bed, and they bring a little teeny tiny curler, like about that big,
Right.
and they lay it on your eyelid. It's like a little styrofoam. I know. Dana looks like she's gonna pass out. But, and then they take this like really toxic, you know, formula and just paint it, and it's there in curls, and you lay there. And you like basically envision your lashes being disintegrated. But yeah, and to be honest, it didn't really work for me. But yeah, so but for any lash enhancement of any kind, be careful, especially on a wedding day. That's why I kind of like false lashes. I can't speak to lash extensions.
Right.
I do have friends that say that they sometimes just fall off for no apparent reason. So.
Well, switch gears. We actually received a question from Facebook. And he wanted to know, if you have a lot of scars and visible places, like what can you do to conceal that? And that also goes the same for tattoos. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I actually have a client who shall remain nameless because I do not kiss and tell. But she got a tattoo once, and literally the next day decided that she didn't want it anymore. Yeah, it was like, oh, good Lord, child, you need to stop me.
Remorse. Right.
You know what I mean? So, so yes, definitely. The great thing about makeup these days is, and especially the makeup, shameless self-promotion, Mally Beauty, that's bulletproof. That you can put it on and you can cover anything you want to cover, and it's going to be bulletproof and it's going to last all day. So I make something called a 24/7 concealer stick. I should have had one here, I'm sorry. But it's a concealer stick. It's on mallybeauty.com. And you just put it on, depending on the size of what you want to cover. If it's a big tattoo, you can literally just draw it right on. I like to pat it out around the edges. And then instead of setting it with a translucent powder, which is so yuck, I'll get into that if we decide to talk about, you know, what you need to wear on your wedding day. I don't like translucent powder. I get kind of crazy about it. Set it with a light dusting of powder foundation. you know, something that's like sort of in a
Like a
compact,
uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that will smooth out the entire skin area. If you're doing it with a translucent powder, you're going to end up getting sort of like a white patch where you do it. You want to even out the skin tone with using a powder foundation that matches your skin tone, and then it'll sort of camouflage the whole thing. So that will cover scars, that will cover tattoos, that will cover a third arm, that will cover anything else that you want to cover.
Mally, what is a bridal beauty trend that you're really loving right now?
Well, you know, I have to say that again, when it comes to brides, I always love a very classic bridal look, right? So again, very natural, very soft, very you know, again. But there are lots of things I think that brides are trying these days, which are great. Like, I love a little smoky eye on a bride. I know that that might not necessarily go. If you're wearing, though, like a stark white satin gown,
Right.
a smoky eye might be a little bit much.
Well, you
But
can try it with different colors, right? We talk a lot at brides about working a smoky eye with like pinks and taupes and just more
absolutely,
like an
absolutely.
ombre look. Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. Just doing lots of, oh, thank you. This is the concealer I was talking about, that if you wanted to cover stuff, it's just a really good stick,
Mhm.
you know, so you can bust it out. Anyway, but yeah, a smoky eye in color is really, really fierce. Because again, depending on what your dress color is, like if you do have a dress that has, you know, like a little, I don't know, ivory pinkish
Mhm.
tinge, and you do like a pinky taupey smoky eye, that's amazing.
So
You know
pretty.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Even if you want to shoot for a little color, like I had a friend who got married recently, and she had this very sort of creamy colored dress, and she did kind of a soft lilac-y smoky,
Yes,
and
that's
it
really
was
cute. Mhm.
heaven,
Mhm.
heaven. And it just, with all of that monochromatic stuff going on, all right, I'm going to say something that might make you both throw up. But
Okay.
I'm just going to say
I don't really want to throw up, but okay.
it. You're like, do I have to? But I had a friend who got married, and don't be a hater, but she had, you know, a beautiful gown, and she had like these cobalt blue flowers
Mhm.
as her bouquet, and she did a little bit of like a bluish smoky eye. And I know that sounds crazy. I
Wait.
look at her face.
A rouge colored smoky eye? What?
No,
Like
a
A
bluish.
blue smoky eye.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's a little matchy. But you said it worked?
It worked.
It
It
was pretty?
worked. Yeah, she looked very elegant and very regal. So again, I think it's about trying everything. You know what I mean? And just seeing
Yes.
what works. But I love a little smoky, a colorful smoky eye for a bride.
Mally, before we wrap things up, one more
That's
question.
too fast.
No, we could stay here all day.
I know.
All right.
So when your makeup artist leaves and you know you have your celebration and your ceremony, what would you say are a few products to have with you, sort of
Yeah.
in your survival kit?
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
have any recommendations from your own line, or what do you think?
Absolutely. Well, again, talking about numero uno, you know how I feel about the powder. Miss D knows that I am crazy
You're-
about the powder. I do not like it. I feel like translucent powder makes you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. It makes you look dry. It makes you look cakey. This is what I make called the face defender.
Mhm.
I basically call it the first sort of clear powder. And what it does is it mattifies the skin, but without the nasty side effects of translucent powder. Now, remember that picture way back in the day of like Nicole Kidman
Yes.
when she had the white powder?
Mhm.
Yes!
Mhm.
And it was like all over her face and she was
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the translucent powder. And I see it all the time because now with the HD pictures and the flash and
Mhm.
all this modern technology, you know, there's no more the days of the Vaseline on the lens, my loves. We got to get our stuff together, right? And
Right,
this,
because you don't see it in real life, but if the camera picks it up, right? So that's why you get those scary pictures afterward.
You got it. And then you're like, well, shit, I didn't look like that on the day. Yes, you did. So that's why every bride in the world, hello, you all need this. This is the Face Defender. And not for nothing, my baby cousin just got married at St. Patrick's Cathedral 2 weeks ago. And we were taking pictures, and I put this on her husband. He was like freaking out. He's like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, listen, it's clear. So even your husband can wear it. Polly Blitzer, you know our girlfriend Polly Blitzer from Beauty Blitz. I did her wedding years ago, and I used this on her husband. So you need that. So that's number one. Number two, you need a little something for your lips. Now here's how I want to work the whole lip thing from pictures but then dancing and party and all that. I feel like, and I'm sorry that I'm going to say this, it's a little crazy. I feel like you need 2 lip products. You need your lip gloss for the pictures. Okay, so you need, because I like the lips to have a little shine. I know you're going to be kissing him and all that kind of stuff, but I like a little shine in the pictures. Like, what are you wearing right now, both of you?
I'm wearing a lip butter.
Yes, okay, thank you.
I have 2, I've layered 2 Sally Hansen chubby lip pencil-y things, but they're a little bit glossy.
Yes, well, that's the thing. Maybe that's a good idea, too. Something with a little color with a little shine. Because for the pictures, you want something with a little shine. But for the rest of the day or the rest of the evening or whatever, you're going to be singing, you're going to be dancing. You don't want to think about a gloss, but you need something that has a little bit of color, you know, to it.
Like a stain.
Exactly. So something like that. And then here's another secret. So as the night progresses, everything's going to get crazy. I mean, depending on who you are, you're probably going to get kind of drunk. I mean, you know, it's your wedding. Do what you want to do. But instead of adding more eye makeup or adding more eyeshadow or whatever, this is my little secret. Get a little mascara. And believe it or not, just add a couple, maybe just 1 coat of mascara starting at the base and all the way to the tip. And that will, believe it or not, refresh your whole eye area and just give a little lift. And that should be good. Because, again, adding more eyeliner, adding more eyeshadow, that's just too much. Just a leather coat of mascara will actually really brighten your whole eye area.
Great.
Mally, thank you so much. We had so much fun.
I had so much fun with you. I know, it's just like being with my girlfriends. Like, this is not really like, we are really just hanging out. They named it right.
It is. And for everyone, I hope that you guys learned a lot. I know that we did. And make sure to tune in on Wedding Wednesdays and hashtag Brides Hangout to share all the tips that you learned with Mally. And Mally, where can we find you on social media? Where can we find your products?
Okay, so social, here we got to roll out the long list of all the stuff, right? So on Facebook, we're Mally Beauty. On Twitter, we're Mally Beauty. Instagram, we're Mally Beauty. I guess I could have just said that. So Mally Beauty everywhere. And then, of course, you could go to mallybeauty.com, and all of my products are there, and all of my love and all of my this and all of my that. So, yeah, come see me. It's fun. I have to tell you, a lot of brides, you know, most of the bridal, like, wedding makeup artists that I know, love the Mally Beauty because, as you know, it's all about bulletproof makeup because I made it for Beyonce dancing and sweating on the stage. So if a bride is crying or sweating or good Lord knows what else happens when you get married, it's a big day. You want your makeup to be bulletproof. So that's what Mally Beauty
We just tested your long wear lipsticks, and they've lasted like forever. Yay!
Love it. First of all, I love you both. You are so beautiful. It's so great. I love it. Okay, so now just hang up and come right over to my office.
Okay.
We'll be able
All right. Bye.
Have snacks.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.